Listen up, Bills Mafia, because what we're about to witness in Week 9 is nothing short of legendary. And the national media needs to pump the brakes on their so-called concerning trends, because they're missing the entire picture here. Our Buffalo Bills are sitting pretty at 5-2, commanding respect in the AFC East, and we're about to host the Kansas City Chiefs in what's shaping up to be the game of the season. And honestly, the narrative that's being pushed about our victories coming against weaker opponents is absolutely ridiculous when you actually break down what's happening in Orchard Park right now. Joe Buscaglia and these analysts want to talk about patterns and question what this team really is. But let me tell you exactly what this team is. They're a squad that's been battle-tested, they faced adversity head-on, and they're peaking at exactly the right moment as we head into the meat of our schedule. Sure, we dropped a heartbreaker to New England 23-20 in Week 5 that stung like a western New York winter. But that loss lit a fire under this roster that's been burning brighter every single week since then. The Atlanta game, yeah, the 24-14 result wasn't pretty, and Josh completed 15 of 26 passes for 180 yards with 2 touchdowns. But you know what that game did for us? It showed McDermott and this coaching staff exactly what adjustments needed to be made, and they've been making them ever since. The national pundits want to diminish our wins against the Ravens, where we went back and forth in an absolute dogfight and came out on top. They want to say beating the Jets was no big deal, because Justin Fields has limitations as a passer. They want to discount our victory over Miami because the Dolphins have been struggling this year. And they point to the Saints benching their quarterback as if that somehow makes our win less impressive. But here's what they're conveniently forgetting. Bills Mafia, winning in the NFL is hard no matter who you're playing. Divisional games are always battles. And we've been stacking wins while other contenders have been stumbling all over themselves trying to figure out their identity. We know exactly who we are, and we're ready to prove it on the biggest stage. Now let's talk about what really matters heading into Sunday, because this matchup against Kansas City isn't just another game on the schedule. This is a statement game. This is a playoff preview. This is Bills Mafia versus Chiefs Kingdom, with the entire football world watching. And our guy Josh Allen is about to remind everyone why he's in the conversation for MVP every single season. Through 7 games, Allen has thrown 12 touchdowns against just 4 interceptions. He's completing 68% of his passes for 1,660 yards. But here's where it gets really exciting. He's added 261 rushing yards and 5 rushing touchdowns on the ground, which means defenses have to account for number 17 as both a pocket passer and a legitimate rushing threat every single snap. Patrick Mahomes is obviously an elite quarterback, there's no denying that. He's got 17 touchdown passes through 8 games with 4 picks, completing 67% of his attempts with a passer rating of 103.1. And he's added 280 rushing yards with 4 rushing scores himself. The stats are impressive across the board, but here's the thing. Bills Mafia needs to understand. Josh Allen brings something different to the table that even Mahomes respects and admires. Allen's ability to extend plays, his willingness to put his body on the line for critical conversions, and his cannon arm that can make throws from anywhere on the field creates a dynamic that's incredibly difficult for any defense to contain, especially when he's locked in like he has been lately. What gets me fired up about this matchup is that Mahomes himself has acknowledged Allen's greatness, saying that being that size and being able to move like that, doing so many great things, as far as throwing the football, the way he's able to extend plays, and be close to the sideline, and make these big-time throws down the field. That stuff is special. That's respect from one elite quarterback to another, and it shows that even the opposition understands what we have in Buffalo right now. Allen has been studying Mahomes just like Mahomes studies Allen. They push each other to be better. And when these two titans clash on Sunday, it's going to be must-see television for every football fan on the planet. The concern about our defense being vulnerable is overblown if you actually watch the tape and see the improvements that have been made week over week. Yes, there have been moments where we've given up plays we shouldn't have. Yes, there have been drives where the opposing offense has moved the ball more easily than we'd like. But this defense has also shown the ability to get crucial stops when the game is on the line. They've generated turnovers at key moments, and they're getting healthier and more cohesive as the season progresses, which is exactly what you want to see from a unit that's building toward a championship run. When you factor in the home field advantage at Highmark Stadium, with Bills Mafia creating an atmosphere that opposing teams absolutely dread, we have every reason to be confident heading into this game. The narrative that we haven't beaten quality opponents is lazy analysis that ignores the context of each victory and the growth we've shown throughout the season. Every team in the NFL has to play the schedule they're given, and the Bills have taken care of business against everyone they were supposed to beat while staying competitive in games against top-tier competition. The New England loss was a one-score game that could have gone either way, and while Atlanta got the better of us that day, it provided invaluable film and experience that our coaching staff has used to make this team better. McDermott has been coaching in this league long enough to know how to adjust, how to motivate, and how to put his players in positions to succeed when the stakes are highest. This Week 9 showdown against Kansas City is our opportunity to silence every doubter, to prove that the Buffalo Bills are legitimate Super Bowl contenders, and to show the entire league that when Josh Allen and this offense get rolling, there isn't a defense in football that can consistently stop us. The Chiefs are undefeated, and they're the defending champions. But they're coming into our house, they're facing our crowd, and they're going to feel the full force of what Bills Mafia brings to the table every single Sunday. This isn't just about winning one game. This is about establishing ourselves as the team to beat in the AFC. This is about gaining momentum heading into the second half of the season. And this is about Josh Allen out-dueling Patrick Mahomes on national television. The offense has been clicking with weapons all over the field. The running game has been effective enough to keep defenses honest. And the offensive line has given Allen the time he needs to make plays downfield. When you combine that with Allen's ability to create something out of nothing when plays break down, you have an offensive attack that can score points against anybody, regardless of how good their defense is supposed to be. The Chiefs' defense has had its moments this season, but they've also shown vulnerabilities that a quarterback like Allen can exploit. And if our offensive coordinator dials up the right game plan, we're going to put points on the board and put pressure on Mahomes to match us score for score. Special teams could be a difference maker in this game too, because field position and momentum swings matter so much in close contests between elite teams. If we can win the hidden yardage battle, if we can pin Kansas City deep in their own territory, if we can generate a big return or make a crucial stop on fourth down, those are the types of plays that can swing a game in our favor when everything else is evenly matched. Every phase of the game matters when you're facing a championship-caliber opponent, and the Bills have shown all season that they can win in multiple ways, whether it's a shootout or a defensive struggle. The urgency of this moment cannot be overstated, Bills Mafia, because the window is open right now. We have Josh Allen in his prime playing at an MVP level. We have weapons on offense that can match up with anyone. We have a defense that's capable of making game-changing plays. And we have a coaching staff that's been to the mountaintop before and knows what it takes to win in January. This isn't the time to doubt or worry about what the national media is saying about strength of schedule or concerning trends. This is the time to believe in our team, to show up loud at Highmark Stadium, and to will this team to victory against the best team in football right now. When Sunday arrives and that ball gets kicked off, we're gonna see exactly what this Bills team is made of. We're gonna see Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things. And we're going to remind the entire NFL why Buffalo has been waiting decades for this moment. The Chiefs are a great team with a great quarterback and a great coach, but so are we. And when two great teams collide, someone has to win and someone has to lose. I'm betting on the Bills, I'm betting on Allen, and I'm betting on Bills Mafia to create an environment that gives us every possible advantage we can get. This game is going to come down to execution, to coaching adjustments, to which quarterback makes the bigger plays in the biggest moments, and to which team wants it more. Everything we've worked for this season, everything we've built through the ups and downs, it all comes into focus on Sunday when we host Kansas City and show them that the road to the Super Bowl goes through Buffalo. The time for talk is almost over. The time for action is here. And Bills Mafia needs to be ready to support this team with everything we've got, because we're about to make a statement that echoes throughout the entire NFL. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Smash that like button if you're fired up for this game. And let me know in the comments below, who do you think has the edge in the quarterback battle this Sunday? Is it Josh Allen with his dynamic playmaking ability, or Patrick Mahomes with his championship pedigree? Drop your answer down below and let's get this conversation going, Bills Mafia.